Your refrigerator has stopped freezing. The bottom part is not freezing either. The freezer has weakened or melted all the meat. Did you know that often what happens is because your sympathizer is not turning on or the plate on your refrigerator is not working? So watch this video that I'm going to show you here step by step how to know if the compressor is burned and how to know if the plate on my refrigerator is burned. I'll give you the whole checklist. Easy, complete, without a lot of bureaucracy, without a lot of tools. So accept this video because this video is the best YouTube video for you to identify the defect of your refrigerator. Here we have a refrigerator in the back. Here I will give her example, but it will fit in any kind of refrigerator, okay? So if you apply what I'm going to teach you here, it will help you identify any kind of defect. This refrigerator I'm going to use as an example because it has a power board here and it has the compressor. This is the water tank, okay? But how do I identify to see if the engine is burned or to see if the plate is burned? Then get that code. Take this tip and subscribe to the channel and leave your like. The first thing I want to tell you is you have to understand what the function of each piece is before we try the function of this water reservoir. Guys, what is a frost-free refrigerator like? When it defrosts there, it defrosts the frost-free refrigerator to melt the ice and make ice. So the frost-free refrigerator doesn't need to defrost. It goes down into this reservoir here. You see here what has it? Here 11 canines here, that all the water goes down. There's water, okay? So usually when the refrigerator is dry, this reservoir is because it is not defrosting, it is accumulating ice in the freezer and it is capping, freezing the mouth here where water goes down into this box. And usually when this happens, it either stops freezing the bottom part or it also starts dripping water inside the refrigerator. So you got to be smart about it, okay? So the function of this one here is this. You don't need to pull water out of that little box, okay? It won't give dengue fever. It won't give mosquitoes here. And the heat of the compressor itself, it already absorbs this water. And the water here also serves to cool the issue a little of the compressor so that it does not get too hot. Okay, so this here is the function of the box. What is the function of the understanding? John, the function of the understanding is to pump this fluid, this gas, into the refrigerator system. So he compresses the gas, he throws the gas upwards, making all this gas circulate within this system. It's the same thing with a car when you start the car. The system of the car does not start working in a way that the car, it runs the same thing when the engine is on. Her cooling system is in operation, so the circulation of gas inside the pipe is done. So if the engine is not running, it won't circulate the gas inside the refrigerator. Understand? So the function of the compressor is to pump. It's taking this refrigerant, this gas, into the freezer to make the refrigerator freeze. Alright? So the function of the other is this. John, what is the function of the plate? What do you have the plate in the fridge for? The function of the board is three things that I usually talk about. It is to turn on the compressor, it is to turn on the fan that is inside the freezer, and also to turn on the resistance. So, if the board doesn't work, what will happen? Often, the compressor will not turn on because it will not send power to the compressor. If the board doesn't work correctly, maybe it won't send energy there to the fan, and the refrigerator won't freeze the bottom, and the freezer won't work properly either. And if the board has bad too, it won't trigger the resistance. What is resistance? The resistance is a pipe which heats up until all the ice in the fridge melts, frost-free, so that the thaw drains here inside this box. So three types of defects that can occur on the board. Either the compressor is not turning on, or the fan is not turning on, or the resistance is not turning on, And the 3 defects, it will stop freezing the bottom and will also weaken the freezer there. So the function of the board is that. Right? That's why you have to understand everything before you go out testing like crazy, because you don't even know what's happening here. We have several refrigerators, cold ones, but I'm going to use the one that's open just so you can understand a little what I was saying downstairs. Here's the open FrostFreer refrigerator. You see, oh, what's happening? This one here is the fan that the board there drives. See that fan? Its function is to throw air inside the freezer, inside the evaporator, which makes the refrigerator freeze at the bottom. So this guy here, he has an essential function in the refrigerator, frost-free. Without him, it won't freeze underneath, and the refrigerator will also thaw. You see here, oh, it's going to thaw. Here, oh, this one here is the evaporator. Oh, this one here is the evaporator. It's the freezer of the cold fridge. This is the thickest pipe here. Oh, inside, okay? This is where the ice comes in. This is where the gas comes in, circulates inside this pipe and goes down and goes down and goes down until it completes the entire evaporator. And what happens when the fan is here? It throws this air through the evaporator, so it already throws cold air to the bottom of the refrigerator, in this case here. Oh, it's here. Oh, you see here that the air goes down to the bottom, okay? So if the fan is working, the refrigerator will function correctly because the fan stays here throwing air inside the evaporator. Do you understand? I'm talking from there so you can understand, so we can test the pieces in a little while so you don't get lost. Understand? Whoever turns on the fan is the board. So that's why I'm showing you this blessed little bird here. Every time I go to record live, he sings here. I think he must be thinking that I'm talking to him. Hey, my God from heaven, thank God, let me tell you. So here's the thing, we also have resistance. Guys, what I told you, oh, is this thinner pipe that hugs the evaporator here, you see? When the board sends a signal to this resistance, here it has to heat, thus melt all the ice, because it cannot accumulate ice. Refrigerator, French, it makes ice, melts, makes ice, melts. So it stays in this function. Do you understand? So if the board doesn't send a signal, doesn't send attention here to this resistance, the bottom part won't freeze. Why, John? Because instead of retaining here, the ice will accumulate. And if it accumulates, it's going to cover all these channels here, and covering all these channels, what's going to happen? The air will no longer go down and will start to stop freezing the bottom. Most of the defects it gives in the refrigerator, France-free, these are the ones I'm telling you are the most common. But it has to do with the sign. Do you understand? It has to do with the sign. That's why I'm showing it to you. And the other function of the board is to turn on the compressor. If you do not turn on the compressor, the gas will not be pumped into the evaporator. So the refrigerator will not freeze either the top or the bottom. The refrigeration system of a phosphor refrigerator is the same. Everything I'm telling you is easy for you to test. Okay? It's easy. But the video there, I go there on the board now and on the engine so we can see if it has any defects or not. Look here, we've got the fridge off. This refrigerator has been turned off normally since yesterday. If yours is on, you will do the way I'm telling you here. Unplug it from the outlet. Leave it for about 10-15 minutes until the engine cools down. If your refrigerator, you notice that it's not making any noise or it's popping and it seems like it didn't pop, and after it started going in there, it stopped freezing. Then you're going to do that first of all, okay? You'll get it. The film on the refrigerator, and it will plug here. Oh, I'll plug here in the outlet. Oh, pay attention, I'll plug in the outlet. I called, are you listening? It already made a noise here on the board. Oh, it sent power to the compressor. Look, you see the compressor? He disarmed it. Guys, what's happening here in this case, maybe this isn't happening to yours, but I want to explain this to you. What's going on? I turned on the board, The board turned on the fan inside the refrigerator to have it turned on. Oh, this refrigerator is a reverse refrigerator, but no problem. Oh, the air is already coming out here. The board turned on the fan, just like I told you that its function is this, to turn on the fan and turn on the engine. Oh, and it gave a signal to the engine here. And the engine, he didn't start. In fact, he got the whole match, as he didn't get the match. He made this pop as if he had disarmed. This is a safety mode of the refrigerator, okay? He's normal, okay? Now we're going to take out this little box here and there. Again, the board sent power again. You see? You blew it again. Usually these engines here that work on gas, R600 is crap. It sucks. You understand? So in this case, I'm going to have to take out this box. I'm going to test the engine here to see what's happening to it. Okay, now I'm going to take it out here the way I do it here. You're going to do it in your refrigerator. Leave it off. Okay, people off. Then you unplug it and do what I'm doing. Let me just tidy it up here because subscribe to the channel, leave your like, share with others that this one can help a lot of people. Oh, you see? It's full of water. Oh, full of water. Oh. Let's go back here in the child. Now we're going, oh, let's drop it here. Let's drop the compressor box here. Oh, inside this box. Guys, where are the relay and the thermal protector? Okay? I will explain to you. Oh, what is the function of the relay and the thermal protector in the engine? Oh. Oh, here, you see? You see? There's a little lock here. Oh, let me see if I can do it. You can't, you're smarter here. Oh, she's got a little lock here. Oh, I've got the Phillips key. Oh, I pulled you, pull her like this. Oh, she'll come out. Oh. Here we will have the relay and the thermal protector. You're going to pull him out. You're going to pull him out. The right one. He's got a screwdriver, right? He's got a screwdriver. So we're going to pull out this relay here. Oh. Oh, I started it. I'm going to release the ground wire here too. Oh, here we have two very important parts in the compressor. If one of these two parts does not work, the compressor will not start and the refrigerator will not freeze. Maybe this from here is simple, but if you don't understand this from here, you can't fix a refrigerator, okay? This term protector, what does it serve? He already speaks here, protective thermal. The moment the engine, let's assume the engine is defective, it will try to start here. It starts to start. It does like this, trying to start. In the end, he does this from here. He disarms the energy. He cuts off the current. He cuts off the attention that is coming so as not to have an accident with the compressor not burning. So he stays here, comes here in the engine. So when it comes with the compressor, it's getting too hot. He cuts the power. What is the function of this little boy here too? This here is called relaying, the relaying. He starts the compressor. When the board sends a signal here to the relay, it turns on the compressor more. As soon as he turns on the compressor, he keeps starting. Then as soon as he sees that it won't work, it won't turn on the refrigerator, then the tarmac protector, he comes in, he disarms it, and doesn't let me arrive. More tension to avoid an accident. So we're going to test these two guys here, guys. We already have our multi-times here. Oh, I'll always put it on the beep ladder. Oh, this is the ladder here. Oh, this is the beep ladder here. Oh, you see? She has a sign. You're going to come here to get the thermal protector. You're going to put it here at the exit here. Oh, and you're going to put it here. Oh, let me just explore here. Oh, you see? It's beeping there. Oh, look here in the boot. So it's working. So the problem with this compressor is not turning on. It's the thermal protector. Now we're going to get the relay. There are two and input into the relay too. You see here. Oh, I'll put it in one and I'll put it in the other. It's beeping there too. Oh, it's beeping. So the relay and thermal protector is not burned. What do I understand when the relay and thermal protector is not burned? I understand that its function is being done, which is to start the engine. But the engine is not starting. The motor may have a burnt coil, it may be stuck, it may have various types of defects. But we will have another test here that we can do to test our compressor coil. Okay, here there are 3 pins. Oh, the pin alone is the thermal protector, and these 2 pins below are the relay. There are some compressions that are reversed, that the bottom one is only 1 and the top one is 2. But independent, okay? The test is the month. You will get a beep on the ladder. You will do the same test that we made thermal protector. You will get none. Oh, none here. Let me see. Here we will put the tip no pin, and on the other pin, oh, you have to beep, you see? Oh, it's working now. I'm going to put it here at the bottom. It's also working. I'm going to put it here. Oh, it's also working. Oh, the pine trees here that come from the coil. Everything is working. Okay? Oh, because if one of these were burned too, the compressor wouldn't work here. The compressor could have locked up. Several things could have happened. Actually, these little compressors here are no good, guys. No good. They give a lot of defects, okay? They give a lot of defects. What can I do here too to see if the board is defective? Guys, if the board is sending energy here to the compressor, the energy is correct. You see, I'm going to release the 2 here, the 2 plus, and I'm going to put my reason. The tip of my reason has entered none, and the tip of my reason and no other. I want to see if 110 volts are coming to yours. In your case, then 220 doesn't matter. It has to arrive. Attention. Oh, now I'm going to change the ladder here. Oh, I'm going to put it on 750. Now I'm going to connect it to the outlet there to see if power will arrive here. Oh, you see here it's arriving 120, 110. You see? Is it changing here? But I know that there is no problem with the board, because if the energy hadn't arrived here in the thermal protector reread, the compressor wouldn't have started either. So how's the power coming in? I know the sign. It's sending a signal. So the problem isn't the sign. It's the undertaker himself. If there isn't 127 volts coming in here, the problem would probably be the board. So one works together with the other. You understand? So this is one of the surest ways to see if the board is defective or the compressor itself. In this case, here, oh, 120 volts are arriving at the compressor that I am simulating here as if it had reached the relay in the thermal protector. The board is sending the signal to the compressor, and the board is also sending the signal to the fan. Oh, there, the fan's running. So here I know, guys, I know that the board, it's doing its part, because if it hadn't done its part, hadn't turned on the fan, the refrigerator wouldn't freeze underneath. And if she also hadn't turned on AA, not turning on the compressor, the refrigerator wouldn't freeze either below or above. It wouldn't freeze anything. And if she doesn't turn on the resistance too, she won't freeze underneath because she'll block. But let's suppose you started the refrigerator, nothing happened, you didn't start the engine, you don't know if you have a problem with the board, or you don't know if you have a problem with the compressor. What can you do with that, guys? If you don't know if it's the problem and the board, you will insulate the board. How will I insulate the board? John, I'm going to plug the compressor right in, right with the wire here, and plug it in here, and I'm going to plug it right into the outlet. If he starts, the problem is probably also the license plate, okay? So this here is another way for you to identify the defect. Oh, here we are with the normal power cord. I took it from another refrigerator, but you can take it from something that has these plugs here. Oh, it works and it's even better. What are we going to do? Let's turn it on. Let's isolate the board. Turned on the refrigerator. It didn't work at all, John. I don't know if it's the board. You're going to turn on the compressor directly. Oh, you're going to get the bug here. Here I have already connected the relay thermal protector. It doesn't matter which side when you have the cable. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have that color or anything. You will connect it here. Oh, the thermal protector in the pin that is alone. Oh, in the pin that is alone there. Oh, in pin that in 2 you will put, the relay. Oh, here. Now you will plug it directly into the outlet to see if the compressor will break. If the compressor does not start, the problem is with the compressor. After you've tested the term protector reread, I'll plug it in. I'm going to plug it in now. Oh, it's making noise. You see, it's ruined. Then how come you didn't turn on the compressor around here? Straight, so I know the compressor has a problem. This is what we do here. I could, you know. So since you didn't turn the compressor on straight, I know the problem is with the compressor, not the board. Understand? So when you connect directly to the outlet of the one that comes from the board and does not turn on the compressor, it may be the board. But in this case, I plugged it right in, I isolated the board, I didn't need his board, and it didn't leave the same way. So this is a test, guys. It's the simplest test you can do there, regardless of your knowledge or not. To try to identify the defect of the refrigerator, if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, leave your comment. We are together until later anyway.